Hey, so this month we have been talking about at the things that affect our finances, right? Excuse me, the things that affect our mental health. And so finances is one. That's why we spend so much time on finances. We have relationships that we are starting today. Relationships, situationships, and then we're going into unforgiveness. Honey, we still got to the end of this month next week, honey. So I said relationships are so important. What is the most important relationship that you have? I'm wait. What you say? I can't hear you. What's the most important relationship that you ain't hear the question? Pay attention. I said, what is the most important relationship? What's the most important relationship that you have? Mm-hmm. No, your relationship with yourself. I heard you in the back. Okay, all right, I got you. Relationship with yourself, honey. Before your wife, your husband, your children, your mom and them, your daddy and them, your cousins, your best friends, people at your job. Mm-hmm. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship, honey. Yes, it's the most important. You are putting everybody else before you. That's why the name of my program is Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free, honey. The podcast, the 7-day, the 10-week, the 12-week Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. We don't even have a relationship with ourselves. Do you know what you like? Do you know what you don't like? Who are you? Who are you without being a mama, sister, brother, husband, my auntie? Who are you? What do you like, boo? What do you like? What do you like to do? What choices would you make if there were no influences, no outside influences? What would you do? Where would you go? Do you know? Do you even have an idea? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an important conversation. We're going to have it. We're going to have it. It is all part of self-love, honey. The relationship, taking yourself into account. I didn't do this for such a long time, y'all. That's why this thing is so important to me. I did not do this for such a long time. I always took into account everybody else's thought, everybody else's opinion, what I needed to do for somebody else. That all defined me. It made me feel important. It made me feel loved. It made me feel needed. I always, I'm a fixer. I'm a helper. I mean, it is who I am. It's just in my DNA to do it. But at the cost of what? Neglecting myself? If you are helping so much that it's gotten to the point where you are neglecting yourself, no, we need to look at this thing. We got to figure this out. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. So we got to talk about what is self-love. This is what it looked like. Because if you would have just asked me, like just straight out, just asked me, Michelle, do you have a problem with self-love? I'm like, yo, you crazy? I love myself. What you talking about? Yes, I love myself. What? What are you talking about? But when I thought about it, after I started getting very intentional about looking at the things, mm, mm. You ever listen to something you're like, mm, maybe, maybe not. Zuri said, you can relate, honey, baby. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. And then when I got intentional about looking, the depth of that thing, the depth of it, it got deep, y'all. We're going there because my job, honey, my purpose in this world is to go back and grab some other people. I can't keep this information. When I found out this is what was going on, this is what I was doing, I said, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So let's talk about it. Self-love. Let's give it a definition. Self-love is the regard, respect, and care that individuals have for themselves. Here we go. It involves nurturing a positive relationship with oneself and embracing one's own worth, flaws, and strengths. Self-love encompasses various aspects, including emotional, physical, and psychological well-being. Zuri, what you say? You burnt myself out helping others until you became sick. Exactly. That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. I got so sick one time. The first time I got so sick, I couldn't do anything but lay in the bed. I laid in the bed and slept for 3 days straight. I don't remember eating a meal. I honestly don't even remember getting up going to the bathroom. I remember sleeping, just allowing myself to rest. Because again, we're going and being and we're doing for everyone else. You got to fill your cup, honey. Yeah, I got it. I got it. You know, I'm a helper. I'm a fixer BT, but you got to fill your cup. These are some key aspects of self-love. Number one, it is 6 of them here, okay? Number one is self-acceptance. What does that mean? It means accepting yourself unconditionally. We are holding ourselves hostage to our mistakes and our past and some bad decisions that we made. I told you about that pregnancy. I did not know because I was 14, got pregnant, had an abortion. I had no idea. I was carrying some unworthiness in my belly. Yeah. Again, if you would have just asked me, you got some problems with unworthiness? Yeah, what are you talking about? You crazy? No, I don't. But you know how it was showing up? In the relationships that I was in the situationships that I was allowing myself to be in longer than what I was supposed to be in. How I was allowing people to treat me. Yeah, that's unworthiness in your belly. When you don't speak up for yourself, when you allow things to happen to you, it's unworthiness. That's how it shows up. And it's not like I'm making a conscious decision to let somebody treat me, to let somebody talk to me crazy, to stay in situations and relationships longer. It's not a conscious like, oh, I did this, so I'm unworthy, so I'm going to just punish myself and be honest. No, it is very subconscious, honey. You don't even realize you're doing it. That's why you have to be intentional about what you are doing and asking yourself, why am I staying in this situation? Why am I allowing myself to be in this? It's a conversation you have to ask. Only you can answer. And then it is accepting, right? That I haven't always made the best mistakes. I was 14. I was young. I had a crush on a real cute boy. He was real cute. In my mind, it was just like from the first time that I saw him, and I didn't even crush on boys like that. But he was just up here automatically. Just automatically. And so for me, everything, when the little boy came around and was paying me a little bit of attention, honey, that was all it took. I was like, oh my God, I got to keep this attention. I'm going to have to do what the big kids do, what the big boys, what the big girls do. You hear what you say? Why is my thing acting crazy? Okay, you say yes, holding ourselves hostage due to guilt and others placed on us. Yes. Said I was 15, accepted never self-talk without knowing the effect on my life. And it always reverts back to childhood. That's why we don't even know. As adults, you're like, what do you mean? Oh, no. When you get intentional and you start looking and you start tracing that thing back, when I sat with that thing and I realized that I just turned 46, y'all. I've been doing this work for a few years now. So I was still 40. I was still just turned 40. You know what I mean? All of this long time. I've been holding myself hostage. I had no idea. It's subconscious strongholds. It's like invisible chains that you're holding yourself hostage to. You don't even know it. Because again, we're just trying to go and be and do. But when I got to a point where I can say, you know what, I made this decision. I made that decision. This is why I made it. I went to an abortion healing weekend because I had to get intentional about that space for me. Why did I make it? I needed to forgive myself, right? I needed to forgive myself. Self-acceptance. It's a beautiful thing. Embracing one's imperfections and understanding that they do not define your worth. Everybody has made mistakes. Everybody has done something that they're not proud of. Some people, some things, multiple things. I've done multiple things I'm not proud of. But guess what? As a mother, I've made mistakes. As a child, I've made mistakes. As somebody's sister, I've made mistakes. I've talked crazy to my brothers. I've made mistakes. I've done things that I'm not proud of, but I understand why I made them. I can go back and have the conversation, but I'm not holding myself like, oh my God, I'm a bad person because I did this. That's the difference. Number 2, self-care. Self-care entails just taking care of your own needs and your own well-being. Any activity that brings you joy, honey. Practicing self-care, setting boundaries is a part of self-care, and prioritizing your physical and your mental health. Self-care should be number 1 to me, but I think self-acceptance is. But self-care, honey, how long do we neglect ourselves going and doing and being for everybody else? I was always last on the list. If I had myself on the list, say I had a list of 5 things to do. If I had myself on the list and it got crazy and all of a sudden something had to be cut off, I was always the first to cut myself off. Why? Always I can do that. Oh, I don't have to buy myself that. 1 year, I remember buying clothes for everyone else. I mean, took them on like elaborate shopping sprees. But I'm wearing the same shoes. I'm wearing the same 2 pair of pants. I'm wearing the same outfit. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to go back and I thought about that time and I was like I easily could have been in the store and picked myself up something. And it was almost like even when I was shopping for other people, my children is more what I'm talking about, my daughter, I would not even think, I wouldn't even come into my mind. I wasn't even on the list. Put yourself on the list. Go get your toes done. No matter what. Go get your nails done. Go get what makes you happy. Go buy yourself something. Honey, for my birthday, I don't have all the money right now. Right now, I'm in a broke season. But guess what? I went and bought me some hair. You know why? Because that makes me happy. I can't go get my hair done. But you know what? I can do this for myself. Listen, I cannot hit a drive-through. I'm not going to not pay somebody, but nevertheless, and sometimes I do. I have done that as well. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Them bills going to be there. I got to go do XYZ. I have definitely done that too. I don't recommend it because it's stressful on the back end, but nevertheless, do something for yourself, honey. Self-care, that is the point. Number 3, self-compassion. Self-compassion. It says self-love involves treating oneself with kindness. Just like you talked about that negative self-talk and those words. It's treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding. It means being gentle with oneself in the times of failure or setbacks and offering support and encouragement instead of self-criticism. We are our worst critics. We are so mean to ourselves. It is though. You ain't gonna do what you want to do. What you want, you ain't never gonna be. How you doing? Why you doing that? What you trying to do? You going live every day? Ain't nobody coming on watching you. Why you want to do that? You going back to school? How you gonna go back to school? You can't afford to go back to school. What you talking about? How many things, right? How many negative things can we say to ourselves? And for some reason, that is very loud and constant. They say it is like thousands in the midst of a 24-hour time. There are so many thousands of thoughts that run through your mind. How many of those thoughts are you thinking that are negative? Give yourself some compassion. Show yourself some compassion. Give yourself some grace, honey. There are no perfect beings on this side of heaven. I just want to let you know, the person that you think is the most perfect person, like, I don't know, you see somebody on TV, you see church, whoever it is, whoever that person is that you look up to the most, guess what? They got flaws too. Yeah, they ain't done everything right. No, they got stuff that yeah, they got stuff too. Everybody has something. So give yourself some grace, honey. You've made some mistakes. Everybody has. Everybody has. Number 4, setting healthy boundaries. Lord, if I didn't need to learn this, setting healthy boundaries is a part of self-love. You don't have to allow yourself to be talked to in any kind of way, to be treated any kind of way, to have your emotional state jacked up. Because again, you're holding yourself hostage to some unworthiness in your belly. So you're feeling subconsciously like, oh, I deserve this. I deserve this behavior. No, you don't, honey. You don't. Nobody does. Self-love involves setting boundaries to protect your emotional and your physical well-being. This includes saying no. Ooh, that into the O, honey. Sometimes you feel so guilty about saying no, don't you? Oh my God. But sometimes it is very critical. If you're tired and you need to rest, sometimes you need to say no. You can't do everything. You can't go everywhere. It's going to make you feel some kind of, it's okay. Say no. You can't do it. You tired. That's all right. Say no to the things that are not aligned with one's values or needs, and establishes limits in relationships to acquire mutual respect. People are going to run over you. Sometimes they ask you because they know you're going to say yes. Oh, she's going to always do it. Zuri going to always do it. We know she's going to do it, so go ahead. So she's going to do it. It's all right. We know she tired. Oh my God, she looked like she about to, but we know she worked last night, but go ahead, so she'll take us anyway. No, I'm tired. You know I've been working. Don't take advantage of me. Right? That's my thing now that I'm trying to instill in my girls and especially in my baby girl. Don't take advantage of the people that help you, that you know are going to do for you. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of people that love you. Don't take advantage of people's love for you, right? Just because I can do it and I will do it, don't mean that I should be doing it, right? If you know your mama tired, let your mama rest. Yeah, because I'm going to take you and I'm going to do some things for you after, right? Sister, brother, cousin, friend, like all of it. Husband, wife, like all of the stuff. Stop taking advantage of the people that you love. Set healthy boundaries, and then got a nerve to have an attitude, right? Say, child, they be getting mad and lash out when you say no. Yes, exactly. And then you got to sit up and wonder why. I'm wondering why people, I couldn't understand the ghosting thing, right? Why people just disappear, you know? And I was like, it's because people will make you so uncomfortable for setting boundaries. So now this generation, honey, they don't even try to explain. They just don't respond. I don't come from that generation. I'm a 77 baby. I don't come from that generation. I'm going to respond. Whether I feel some kind of way about it now or not, I'm going to respond. Because my thing is too, if I can do it for you, I will. But if I can't, know me enough to know that if I could do it for you, I will. If I can't, I can't. I feel just as bad about it as you. But I can't, right? And that's okay, is what I'm saying. It is okay. Number 5. Personal growth is self-love. Personal growth is self-love. I tell people this all the time. Like, if you are the same person that you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, people try to make you feel guilty about growing, about being in a different space, about wanting to do something different, about wanting to be in a different way. I used to drink, I used to hang out, I used to smoke. Okay, I don't want to do that no more. I want to focus on something. Oh, you think you all that? Because I want to go to school? Because I want something better for my life. Because I want something, I want to leave some legacy, some growth. Okay. Okay. I'll be that then, right? Personal growth, self-love encompasses a commitment to yourself. Personal growth and self-improvement. It means acknowledging one's strengths and weaknesses and actively working towards personal development and fulfilling one's potential. This is me. I know that when I was younger, I was very snappy, right? I was very snappy, and it depended on, who I was talking to or what. Sometimes I would say it right, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would cuss, and sometimes, you know what I mean? I knew that was something that I needed to work on, the way that I respond. It's not what you're saying all the time. It is how you are saying it, right? And for some people, sometimes a lot of times it's the people that we love, they get the shorter end of the stick because they know you. You can be yourselves around them. You don't have to pretend. So you really being nasty to the people that you love. I had to check how I respond to my mom. I had visions of me. My mom would be trying to help me, wake me up, trying to get me ready for work. And I'd be like, Mom, right? In my 20s, Mom, all right. That's disrespectful. She trying to help you. What's wrong with you? Like, I had to have a conversation with myself. We take people for granted. What are some things that you are doing that may not be so nice that you need to check? Don't nobody need to tell you your behavior, how you responding, or what you're doing is wrong. You know. Like, because when you do it, you feel some kind of way about it. Or you might be like me and I flash back. I can't respect my mom enough at this point. I can't tell my mom thank you enough. I can't tell her I love her. Honey, you scroll down my page enough times, it don't matter about his Mother's Day. You won't see a post about my mama, because I'm like, I feel like there have been periods upon times where in my little teenage mind, I might not have thought that I was being disrespectful. But guess what? I'm not a morning person. I don't like to wake up. Like, I know that about myself. Does that mean I have to be disrespectful to the people that love me? It doesn't. You can be better, right? So you had to prepare for your morning behavior. Girl, it's a whole thing. Like, I'm just like, and what's crazy is that my girls are like this. So I have to tell them, especially my baby girl, I'm like, look, put some music on, because music makes us happy. Put some music on. It shifts your whole attitude, right? You don't have all of the stuff. You have to know yourself. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to tell you your flaws. You know what they are. Number 6, authenticity. Honey, this is huge. Authenticity. Self-love involves embracing and expressing one's true self. Who are you? Who are you? What do you like? It means honoring your values, beliefs, and desires, and living in alignment with them rather than trying to conform to others' expectations. Let me tell you something. If that ain't the number one, baby, all these could be the number one thing. But being who you are authentically, not allowing yourself to be shifted. Sometimes people are going to want to do something different. Sometimes people are going to want to do something different than what sits with you. If you feel it ain't sitting right in your spirit, no, y'all, I'm good. I'm a pass. I had friends. I remember when I decided that I wasn't going to drink anymore. I didn't have a conversation with anybody about it. I didn't tell anybody about it. It was just me and my spirit. I didn't want to drink. Right? Because I was divorced early and I had started drinking, and I didn't really realize that I was drinking as much as I was drinking. But hindsight, it scared me, because prior to my divorce, I mean, I would have a drink socially or whatever, but it wasn't like that. After the divorce, I was drinking to forget. I was drinking to numb the pain. I was drinking. Do you want to drink? Yes, I do. What you want to drink? What you got? I didn't care what it was. I didn't care. It was, again, masking the pain, right? Thank you, Yuri. Shura. I said Yuri. Thank you, Shura. It is, I was masking. And so I was just like, I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to, I could still go out. And so I would just be the designated driver. It didn't change who I was. It didn't stop me from dancing on the dance floor. It didn't stop me from laughing, from joking. It didn't stop me from hanging out. I was just like, everybody getting a drink? Nah, I'm good. Or if I decided to drink, I'm drinking because, and me and my best friend just had this conversation yesterday, I'm drinking because I want to have a drink, not because I have to have a drink. Right? There is a difference. There is a difference. Again, it's aligning with who I am. It's aligning with what I feel. It is not me conforming. Oh my God, everybody is drinking. I need to have a drink. Let me go ahead and drink because everybody else is drinking. No. So it makes a difference. Be who you are, because guess what? We already got a Beyonce. We already have a Kevin Hart. We already have a Tyler Perry. We already have, right? We already have all these famous people. People are modeling themselves after, right? We already have whoever it is that you're looking at trying to be like. We don't need that person. We need you to show up, because everybody has a gift. Everybody has something, I believe, that they are supposed to bring to this world. What gifts do you have? What are you supposed to be bringing? Because you got to show up authentically. If I decided to show up and put my hat on and be Oprah, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not reaching the boys around the way on 21215, honey, Queensbury and Park. I'm not reaching those boys because they don't know Oprah. They know me, right? I'm teaching from the perspective, because I got to go back and grab the people in my community. I got to go back and grab my brothers. I got to go back and grab my cousins. I got to go back and grab the people that I love, the boys in the hood. That's who I need to go back and grab. And I need to go back and grab any and everybody that comes across my way, because guess what? It's 8 billion people in this world. So somebody is crossing your path. It's not a mistake, boo. God doesn't work like that. God is not a just because God. It's that DI, honey. It's a divine intervention. What is your purpose? What are you bringing? What gift do you have? We need it, right? We need all of you to show up every day as you, what you got. But I need all of what you got today. I need all of your beautiful personality. I know it's different. You ain't supposed to blend in. You wasn't meant to blend. Baby, please, you don't fit inside no boxes. Ain't no box big enough for you. Are you serious right now? Why are you trying to fit inside the box, baby? You don't fit inside no box. Like, come on. You ain't fitting inside no box. You ain't no box big enough for you. Thank you, honey. That is my thing. People are always like, oh my gosh, when I first decided to speak, right? I remember my brother was watching me on it. I was being interviewed on this show. And my older brother, watched the interview, and he said, wow, so you just gonna tell everything, huh? I said, yeah, I am. Because I believe the good, the bad, and the crazy are all working together. I'm a Romans 8:28, any and every situation. And anybody that works with me, that comes and joins one of my programs, guess what we're doing? The good, the bad, and the crazy, we're going to Romans 8:28 that thing. Because it's all working together. Do I believe that the rape was a part of it? Yep. The rape was a part of it, because guess what? I'm not the only one that's been raped. And I need somebody to understand how you can get through that thing. Did I feel like it was my fault? I did. Was it? It wasn't. Somebody needs to know that. Somebody don't know that yet. I was molested as a girl. Somebody was molested. You know how many people, because we don't talk about what happens in our families, we don't talk about these things. What goes on in my house stays on in my house. You don't talk about these things. But somebody needs this conversation to know that it wasn't your fault. Because somebody is blaming themselves. Like, straight up. Somebody is blaming themselves, honey. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I am here to tell you, honey, look, yes, we do. Look, yes, we do, honey. Because again, I don't believe in coincidence. I have appointments available, but we can talk later today. Look, I'm off today. We can talk later today. I'm just saying. I'm going Romans 8 and 28, and I'm going to show you how to Romans 8 and 28 any and every situation. Because again, these subconscious strongholds, these elephant in the room conversations that we need to have within ourselves are so necessary. Because I need you to get to the authentic of who you are, to your authenticity. I need you to be who you are. I need you to not be ashamed of your story. I need you to know that you are not a victim in anything. I don't care what it was. And nothing that has happened to you. You are not a victim. You're still on this side of heaven. You gotten through that thing. That's what that makes you. It makes you a conqueror. Yeah, not a victim. Not a victim. Every day, all day. And it is how we think about that thing. We have to shift our mindset because it's so easy to focus on the crazy, and it's so easy to focus on the negative. It can be so loud. It can be so loud. And so again, I need you to love yourself enough, right? Love yourself enough to start this journey. Are you paying attention? I just showed you how. You said, Michelle, how do I do it? I just showed you how. You got to start by number 1. Look, go back up. Number 1, accepting your flaws. Number 2, self-care, practicing self-care. Number 3, self-compassion. Number 4, setting healthy boundaries. Number 5, having some personal growth, honey. Doing some deep within, some mirror work, getting yourself together. Louise Hay mirror work, honey. It is the best little $12.99 you ever want to buy. It's on Amazon, honey. She is gone, but she has left amazing works. $12.99 mirror works. Best personal growth you want to do. Number 6, showing up and being your true, authentic self. Showing up and being your true, authentic self. Now, this is something that I want you